Yes, so my correct, loving and wonderful people, irrespective of what, happy new month to everybody. We just have one or two things to celebrate, even though the country is in the stage that we are today. A lot of people have reacted to the outcomes of the results. Yes, at this point, it is not whether Peter Obi should win, Atiku should win. We are talking about doing the right thing at the right time. We are matured enough to run or to conduct an election. Somebody promising Nigerians that votes must count. At the end of the day, votes are not count. Votes are just manipulated. That is what is making everybody to speak out. It's not the best. You shouldn't have let people feel that their votes are going to count. You made people believe in you, and now the INEC chairman and the cabal are just like looking down on everybody who came out to vote. It's actually not the best. That is where people are not happy about the situations. Not because Peter Obi didn't win, not because Atiku didn't win, but did they do the right thing? Is that the right result? At this point, can't we do the right thing? Well, my correct, loving and wonderful people, let us listen to some of our favorite celebrities and some eyewitness who did not accept this result at all, who have said one or two things. As at the time of this report, Odogu herself, Odogu Phyna, also was like, Phyna had to stay all through night to see the outcomes of the results. So funny when I went through her comment about the outcomes of 2023 presidential election. So funny, but however, we just have to not allow these old people to make use of our brain. Let's listen to them one after the other.
Right now, country they call Nigeria is rubbish. This is the most useless country that my papa and mama born me inside. The most useless country. Most useless country. But a few people make this country useless. Very, very useless country. Plateau result where Peter Obi sweep. Now they tell say Labour Party 460,000 APC. That means Peter Obi manage win. That's a big lie. INEC. How many times I call you now? 2 times. We can add one, make it be 3. INEC. Okay. Yes. Police and army. Mona can arrest me. In fact, I don't buy mattress where I go to sleep for any prison. I don't tell una say una cell, prison cell, open and very big, because the people you go arrest they go plenty. Plateau result 1.2 million they go reduce that to 400,000. A whole 800,000 they cut and come out. Say Peter Obi win with just small. Plateau State, come. They don't. This poly unit here, this place, Sham, this place, now poly unit. Make we enter, make we ask them, what is the result? That they will return the figure. No, whether they like it or not. Only here. Wait now, you dey record on live. You dey live, Abi? Come, put on live. Wait now, me and una don't talk before. No. Me and una don't talk. No. What will be the result for this poly unit? What will be the APC result for here? 27. PDP 36. Yes. Labour how much? 504. 500 only here alone. Only this place alone. Half a thousand. And so I personally went to each poly unit, about 30 poly units.
They don't call the platoon.
Yes, now.
They don't call them. They just Santona.
I personally went through over 30 poly units, and each poly unit.
They don't call the.
Plateau State say na 400,000. Not maybe 1.2 million.
Where you promise to do the right thing and you are doing the wrong thing is not the best at all. That is why people are not happy with INEC chairman and other people who were behind the scene that we cannot see. Popular Nollywood actor Kanayo have also said what he understands about the scenario. Listen to him.
My dear friends, today is my birthday, but don't celebrate. There's no cause for celebration when the heart of Nigerians. On this occasion, it is not safe to say we are happy. Because that's not what expected. I'm coming on this broadcast because I told everyone that our votes will count. And I said to you guys, out of my own self-conviction, by what INEC told us, that the Vivas machine will transmit our results from the polling booth to this portal or server or whatever it is. I do not know, trust me, I do not know whether to apologize to all of you. Because the INEC chairman has to answer to us. We're Nigerians. I don't want to, on this broadcast, start talking about the amount of money the federal government has been allocating to INEC. But the fact of the matter is this. Professor Mahmoud Yakub owes Nigerians. If you employ somebody to do a job for you and the person fails, you either ask the person to refund the money. Nigerians should be asking Professor Mahmoud not just what happened to the transmission, but to refund our money. So on this birthday, I'm 61 today, and I feel that I apologize to all of you who I went out. It's not about my candidate P2B winning this election. No, it has gone beyond that. It's not about P2B winning. It's about doing the right thing. Nigerians, I implore you, while I appreciate the letter written by elder statesman, the one I love so much, Professor Obasanjo, no matter how much or how less you see Olusegun Obasanjo, he's one leader who speaks. I respect him so much. I acknowledge his letter and I agree with all he has said. The fact of the matter is, let us be peaceful, restrain ourselves to what is going to happen. But we must hold accountable to this INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakub, to Nigerians. He promised us he was going to transmit the results from the polling booths. We need to ask him at what point he changed his mind and compromised. We were hoping for a better Nigeria. It's not about P2B winning, it's not about any other candidate winning, but doing the right thing. INEC, I am not celebrating my birthday, I'm asking to do the right thing. Do not allow Nigeria engulf itself. The international observers, they have left. Did you see them at the airport? They were leaving. They have left us to ourselves. It's not about us killing ourselves again. It's about us finding a solution to our problem. Professor Mahmoud Yakub, chairman of INEC, the INEC commissioners, you compromised. You sold shame to us in the marketplace. You deceived us. They are setting the election either to the highest bidder so that some people who will lose it when you announce your result will now go to court. And then we'll start another process. This must not happen. So on this day of my 65th birthday, I'm asking Nigerians, and especially the obedience, please restrain yourself, but we must get to the root of this. This shame must be resolved. INEC, you are just below. And today I also declare, anybody who has that tag of professor in his name, you lose respect. Because I have understood that what they are now doing is that all professors, vice chancellors of universities are coming together, and these are people who are supposed to be the best brains of the country. But professors are now gathering, either as vice chancellors or whatever organization or they recognize. They are now gathering to mess up the giant of Africa. We must not let this happen. God bless you for staying peaceful, but trust me, we will get to the end of this matter. INEC, do the right thing for a greater Nigeria. Thank you.
Meanwhile, Big Brother Naija Season 7 Level Up winner, Odogu herself, Phyna the winner, also took to her Instagram story. According to Phyna, the first time she said, my dear country, with love emoji. She loves this country. She wants the country to do the right thing at the right time. My dear country, with love emoji. What is happening to Phyna's dear country? Our dear country, all of us. Not be smart, Phyna again wrote on her Instagram story. She said, a whole Gen Z like me See me and news for after 12 a.m. God, I beg. Even after 12 a.m., Phyna was still awake, listening to news to see what will come out of the result. Hey, this is the outcomes. Anyway, my correct, loving, and wonderful people, this is another man who has spoken, who has said his mind, who has said, no, this is not what should be done at this material time. Listen to him.
When I remember Nigeria, water run away my eyes. Water run away my eyes. When I remember Buhari, water run away my eyes. Water run away my eyes. When I remember INEC, water run away my eyes. Water run away my eyes. When I remember Mahmoud Yakubu, water run away my eyes. Water run away my eyes. When I remember APC, water run away my eyes. Water run away my eyes. Fellow Nigerians, my name is Comrade Timi Frank. I'm a defender of democracy. It is very important for me to speak at this time of the day that our democracy on the first day of March by Professor Mahmoud Yakubu in connivance with the security agencies and President Buhari, democracy, the day INEC announced the anti-people results. The result that was not reflected by the voting of the Nigerian people. The mandate of Nigerian people was stolen. Clearly, when it was announced on the first day of March, I use this opportunity to call on all Nigerians to wake up from their slumber, to wake up from their sleep, not to give up our democracy that has been, but to stand as one to defend our ardent democracy. It is true today. Very soon, President Muhammadu Buhari will become a former president of Nigeria by May 29. And the whole world will ask him, what was the legacy you left behind when you were living as president of Nigeria? President Buhari as at that time will have nothing to say because he met democracy that he benefited from. And when he was living, he destroyed that democracy by conducting the worst and the most poorest election in the history of Nigeria under his supervision. He promised and deceived the Nigerian people that he wanted to leave a legacy of free and fair election. But he left the most worst, the most critical election in the history of Nigeria. Nigerians wake up in the early hours of the day, only for them to realize that our democracy has been assaulted by Professor Mahmoud Yakubu. Our democracy was middle of the night when the people were sleeping. What did we do to Professor Mahmoud Yakubu to do this to Nigerians? Nigerians gave him the benefit of doubt to conduct the second election under his watch, because in 2019, when he conducted the last election, Nigerians thought that was going to be the worst, and his paymasters, who has paid him to remain in office so that he can achieve the achievement by bringing back APC again to power for the second time. He was given this job, but not knowing that it was coming to betray the trust of Nigerian people. It deceived the Nigerian people and the international community so many times that Nigerians are going to witness the best election, that the election was going to be free, fair, and credible. But this election was never credible, was the worst. The same thing President Buhari did. He assured the international community that the election in Nigeria was going to be free and fair. The question we are asking today, is this the free and fair that they are giving us when the will of the people are stolen from them? when the will of the people was not allowed to be counted freely? What did we do to you, President Buhari? What did we do to you, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu? But I want you to know that someday it was very clear in the Bible that dry bone shall rise again. Nigerians will rise again. Whether you like it or not, you are going to be a former president anytime from now. Mahmoud Yakubu, whether you like it or not, your tenure in INEC is going to expire. And then Nigerian people will hold you. You must account for you've done to our democracy. That Buhari refused to listen to the cries of the people of Nigeria. The former president of Nigeria came out on a live TV. He wrote a letter appealing to you to cancel this election because this election was not the will of the people. But President Buhari refused to listen to the cries. The foreign observers who came to Nigeria all made their report and condemned the outcome of this election. They all made it very clear that this election was a fraud. But President Buhari refused to break his silence to speak and address the Nigerian people. Neither he gave the go-ahead because he was going to be a beneficiary to the process that is bringing Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Nigerians, this is the time we must do everything within the ambit of the law to exercise our civil rights, to exercise our constitutional rights, to do the needful by peacefully protest against the results that INEC have announced in the middle of the dark day night when we are all sleeping in our various houses. Not for us to wake up and see a breaking news that was coming to break the hearts of Nigerian people. Our heart is broken, not because we are not happy. It's because Mahmoud Yakubu lied to us. Buhari lied to us of a free and fair election that we never saw, an election that has come to mortgage our future. Mahmoud Yakubu, because of the little gains, because of the little money you've collected from APC, because of the inducements, you sold the future of this country for your selfish reasons. Posterity will judge you someday. By the time you leave, Nigerians will want to know if you will have peace after rigging the mandate of the people. Nigerians want to know if Buhari will have peace by the time he will leave, that the legacy he left was to destroy democracy. Thank you very much, and God bless Nigerians.